What's up, everybody? It's me, Scott. We're here with One Last Hand. We are about to play Final Girl. If you don't know what Final Girl is, it's based on the movie trope of one single female standing up to a horrible killer and kind of saving the day. Lots of dread, lots of terror, lots of screaming, and then an epic conclusion of who will stand victorious. Will it be in this case Laurie, our final girl, or will it be Hans the Butcher, who has a whole backstory? We might cover this off in some shorts or something, but this is the laws and scenarios book. You can play particular scenarios from this, but in here it tells us a bit about the Butcher. I will just read this bit. The campers sat around the fire, pretending to listen to one another. One of Edwin's famous spooky stories. Some were giggling, others were checking their phones, but all of them were pissing the counsellor off. Listen up, you little pissants. That got their attention. Clearly the stories haven't been scary enough, so we'll cut the kiddie crap. He pauses for effect, which more or less worked. Have you ever heard of Hans? You mean the guy in the piggy mask? Big deal. One smart ass threw back in his face. It's called a German shame mask, dipshit. Now listen up. For once they did. So we'll maybe do some of that kind of in later episodes. I'm not going to talk through how to play Final Girl. There's lots of videos out there on how to play. I will do my best to explain bits and pieces as we go. Essentially, we have a location, we have a killer, we have a hero / Final Girl. We have this horror track. This shows how many dice we will roll. We'll roll 2 dice at the moment. If we manage to bring this down here, we'll roll 3 dice. If it ends up over here, we're only rolling 1 die. We start at 4, and we'll have various cards in this tableau. We have a load of 0 cost cards, which are these ones down here, and then each one of these costs time. And as we do actions, we'll likely be losing time. We could be gaining time. At the end of the action phase, we get to do the planning phase, which is us buying these cards with the time we've got left. All of these cards have a dice roll on them. Let's pick this one. You can see this one here has 2 stars on. If I manage to roll these 2 stars, I'll take the top action. 1 star, I'll take the middle action. If I get no stars, we take the bottom action, and in this case there's 2. What we get on the dice is we get 2 sides that have, let's just show you these, a 1 and a 2 that have nothing on, a 3 and a 4 that have this symbol on, and essentially this is kind of the exchange symbol. If you roll the dice and you get these, you can discard 2 cards from your hand to turn it into a success, and these dice have 2 successes on. They also have numbers. They'll be important a bit later on. So we'll be rolling these dice, we'll be making decisions based on where we are, what Hans is doing. Hans, at the end of the planning phase, is going to take the killer phase. He's going to do this action at the top here, which is he's going to move towards the final girl or the victims, whichever is closest. If there's a tie, we get to make a decision, and we'll come to that when that scenario happens. If there's a larger group in one location, he's going to go towards that large group, and then he's going to stab. He's going to bash with his hammer, and every time he kills, his bloodlust track is going to go up. As it goes up, scary things happen. He gets stronger. He moves further. You know how it works in the films. There are certain locations on the board: the cabins, the utility shed, and the docks, where you can search for things and pick those up into your hand. But you have to use a search card for it. And at the end of the killer phase, we'll be turning over one of these tarot cards. That will have some bad things that could happen. Might have some good things, but usually they're bad things. There's a few other tokens that we may come across. Maybe secret passages or traps or fireworks. We might find those as we go. And I think that's it. There's a couple of things we just need to do before we get started. So we've done the setup. We're doing the capture the flag setup. That's the way we've set this board up. This is us. This is Hans. This person over here is our boyfriend, and our boyfriend is, if he's willing to die for me, then who am I to stop him? These cards all have a little bit of flavour text on them. The victim closest to you is now your boyfriend, so it happened to be this one here because 1, 2, 3 there's no path between these two locations. So it's this guy over here is our boyfriend. I'm sure he's got a name, Steve. If the victim closer to you is now your boyfriend, if the boyfriend dies in your space, start the action phase with 12 time. So we can take that as either he managed to buy us some time, or we're so annoyed that we go into a bit of a frenzy and we manage to get more things done in the time frame that we've got. We may turn over more event cards as we go. As we turn over terror cards, we may get minor dark powers. We'll explain those as we go. The only other thing we have to do is pick 2 of these random tokens over here. So I've mixed these up at random, and we pick one, and that goes over here for Hans, and we pick another one, and that goes over here for Laurie. So we have 5 health, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one is worth the last health. Hans has 12 health, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These 2 little tokens, they could have hearts on the back. So when we get to the end of the game, we might turn these over and find. So we come back. We come back with a little bit of health, like that final trope in a scary movie where you think the hero's done and then they come back. Hans could do the same. Equally, if we get down and this is the last token on the board, we get to roll an extra die. If these are the last 2 tokens on the board, we get an extra 2 dice to roll. So I think that's everything. We're going to pick up our 0 cost cards, and we are going to get to choose them. I'll talk you through what these cards are to begin with. We've got, let's just put this search back over here. We've got a walk, which is move up to 2 spaces if we get 2 successes. Move 1 space and lose some time if we get 1 success. Move 1 space and lose a health if we get no successes, or lose 2 time. So we'll go through these as and when they come. We get 2 walks, we've got a short rest, we have a weak attack, and we have 2 focus cards. And that is it. That's our whole collection. Just to talk about the weak attacks, this symbol here is damage. This symbol here means that's the end of our turn. We can't take any further actions. This symbol here means lower the horror track. This means increase it, so lower it, meaning we move towards rolling more dice. I think from our point of view, my feeling is always we probably want to roll the focus deck, the focus cards to begin with, because if we roll these, there's a chance we might get a success. If we get a success, we can move this back down by 1. Hands will actively be working to bring this down. You can see the raise the horror symbols here. There'll be some in the terror deck. So we're going to take this. We're rolling 2 dice. We're going to take these 2, and we're going to roll them. We're looking for a success. We get absolutely nothing. So nothing means we lose 2 times. So not the greatest start. Okay, let's try our next focus. We're going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to use some different dice just in case. Okay, this time we got 1 success. That's good news. So we can put those back here. 1 success means we lose 1 time, but we can lower this by 1. So a little bit more safety there. Okay, now we're over here. We really want to be going places to search. So if we go to the docks, we can get a whistle, which will help us disperse victims. We really want to go to the cabins because that's where our bow is, and that means we can hit Hands at range. It does have a limited amount of ammo, but we can hit Hands at some range. But equally, if we can get to where our boyfriend is, there's a chance that we can get 12 time, which would be huge because he's going to be heading likely in that direction. The other thing just to bear in mind is that if we go to a space with some victims and then we move out of that space, we can take a maximum of 2 with us, and if we get to one of these spaces with a little door icon on, we can rescue those. So that's what we're trying to do, and as we rescue them, we can place them on these spaces on Laurie's card, and each one of those spaces has a special ability. So lower the track, get 2 time, heal, and if we do that, we can flip this over and we have a special ability on the back. So that's what we're aiming to do. Now we've got some walks which we are going to play at least 1 of, so we're going to roll 2 dice. We're looking to move, and we want to be moving probably over here to try and get some victims out. Okay, we got 1 success. and 1 exchange. So if we wanted to, we could swap 2 cards. We've got a short rest and a weak attack. We could make that 2 successes, which means we get to move up to 2 spaces. I think we're going to do it. I'm going to discard these 2 cards. I'm going to put them down here, and I'm going to, with the use of those 2, I'm going to walk 2 spaces and lose 1 time. 1, 2. Okay, I don't really want to do this, but I'm going to use my last walk. We need a success. We didn't get it, and we have no more cards in our hand to be able to exchange. But the last action here is lose 2 time, take 1 hit point away, and move 1 space. I'm going to move with these 2 victims out to the exit. That means I can get rid of them. I can send them away, which means I can put these 2 victims wherever I want. Now we've got reduce the horror, which I'm quite tempted to do, because the sooner we can start rolling 3 dice, the better. We could heal that hit point we lost. We could get 2 time. I think we're going to reduce this by 1, and I think we're going to get 2 time. Just means we could get an action card for free here, but I think we'll do that. So this comes over here. We can't pick these up again until after the next turn. Right, that's our go done. We've got no more cards to play. So what we're going to do is be able to buy things from the tableau. So down here, each one of these cards has a cost. These are 2 cost cards. These are 3. These are 4. These are 5, and these are 6. But we're going to pick some up. I think a sprint would be good to be able to get more people out. I'd like a search, but it's not going to help me this turn. A sprint might allow me to move 3 spaces. We can't get anything else. Getting something that allowed us to lower the horror would have been good. I mean, we could have decided not to do that and then take a distraction, which could have given us that. But I think what we'll do is we'll take this sprint and we'll put this over here. These 0 cost cards go back into the 0 cost space. This one is our card in our hand. I'll tuck this down here. That's us done. We don't do anything else. It's Hans's turn. Hans is going to resolve the killer action, which is up here. He is going to move, and he's moving 1 space, and then he's going to stab, and he's doing 2 damage. Victims only have... Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. I was moving Hans, not me. Oh no, how could I get that confused? Right, what did we do? We reduced this by 1, and we took a sprint that we didn't need, but we have moved 3 spaces, right? That might have mean I've done things different, but 1, 2, and 3. We'll end up here. Fine. That's all we would have done. That's all of our more moves. We still would have lost that. This would be at 0, so we won't be able to pick up anything. I'd have probably played it a little bit different, but that's fine. Right, sorry about that, everyone. But that's us done. It's Hans's go. He is going to move 1 space towards the closest group, which is actually this way. Okay, he's going to stab. There's no one to stab. That's the end of that. What we are going to do is turn over a terror card. Hans wants me. He's always wanted me. So he knows I'm here. He's going to start moving. Now, he can still only move 1 space, but he's going to start moving back towards me because he wants to try and kill me. And then he's going to stab. There's no one here. He can only move 1 space, but there's 2 boots on this card, so he's moving twice. So 1, 2. And that is that. Okay, so I was just checking there wasn't anything else I've done. There's only 10 cards in this deck. When you use all 10, you turn over Hans's major power. Here, you turn over the dark power when we get to this line here. He hasn't killed anyone yet. It's got to be good, right? We have no cards whatsoever. Not 1. Right, we couldn't pick up our cards here. We didn't have any time left. As I say, we probably would have done things differently. But we get all of our 0 cost cards back. And that's our whole go done. We cannot do anything else, but we have 6 time to spend. We can spend that however we want. So I think getting a distraction feels important. We've got 2 focuses here. I do really want a search. I wonder if we take a search, another search, so that's 2, so that's 4. Now we could... I want a distraction to lower horror. I'd like to improvise, which gives freeze and 4, so these items become successes. I'd quite like those as well. Okay, let's take a sprint. We can maybe get people out. Okay, so there are all of our 6 points. That comes down to here. We reset this back to 6. We put these with our deck here, and now it's Hans' going again. That was our whole turn, was just picking up cards. We are going to move Hans. He's going to move here, and he is going to stabby stab. He stabs one of these victims, and they die. The bloodlust rises by 1. Okay, so that's Hans's go. We draw a terror card, so I was just checking when the panic phase goes. He just keeps coming, so horror goes up by 1. He is then going to move or target me or a victim. He's going to move, he doesn't need to, he's going to stab. He kills another 1. And that is him done here. The bloodlust rises and the horror goes down again. Well, that took a turn pretty quickly. We're almost down to 1 dice. We've got a couple of searches. We've got a sprint, and then we've got our default starting cards with a couple of walks in. I think at this stage we just need to get people out, right? I think we just need to get people out. I guess we could try and use the focus to get back some if I'm going to search, I really want to search the cabins to get the bow and arrow, I think. So let's use the sprint card. Okay, we're going to roll 2, and we're hoping for some successes. 2 successes would be huge. We got no successes. We do get the exchange. So let's have a look at what we're going to do. If I can get rid of 2 cards, let's get rid of a weak attack and I think a short rest. Same old, same old. We don't want to be hitting Hans just yet. It's a bit too strong for us. So we're going to get rid of these 2 cards. That means we can move up to 2 spaces and lose 1 time. So we are going to take these 2 victims, and 1, 2. We're going to get our boyfriend out. We're going to get this victim out. So we can take these and put these over here. Let's lower horror by 1. And let's take an action card for up to 2 cost. Do I want that? Maybe. Maybe I do. Or I can move 1 space, which might be really important. We're trying to get to that bow. We're beelining for that bow. Okay, so that was our first action. Let's walk. You know what? Let's focus. No, I'm going to walk because I might need the focus card, and for the walking, I might need to be able to discard some. So we're rolling 2 dice again. This time we got no successes. That is bad news. So on no successes, we can walk, but it cost us 1 health. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to move down here to the cabins. We take 1 damage and we lose 2 time running through the bushes, and we got all caught up, twisted our ankle, cut our face. Okay, but we're here. We can do a search. Let's do it. Please be better than the last one. Perfect. 2 successes. Huge. When you search with 2 successes, you take the top 2 cards of the item deck, choose one and place the other either face up at the top or underneath. So we're at the cabins. We're going to pick this up. I think we know what we're going to do. We're likely to take the bow and arrow, but interestingly, the other item is an axe. I mean, I think having the bow and arrow to hit Hans from range, to then switch it up and go a bit ham on the axe. They're both 2-handed. This one does 2 damage. This one does 1 damage at a range of 2, but we can only do it with 3 times. Interesting. Now this, what's interesting about the archery bow is that it cannot be used to modify an action card. So let's assume we're attacking with critical blow. It wouldn't make any difference to this. This is its own kind of action card. It costs 2 time to fire an arrow, but you don't use an action card to use it. Whereas if we took the axe and we used critical blow and got this top, we'd end up doing 5 damage rather than 3 damage. We take this, I'm going to put this at the bottom actually. I don't know whether that's wise. I'm going to put that at the bottom and we're going to take the bow. We need one of these little tokens, so let's get this out. Let's take 3 of these and we'll put these on this card just here. Perfect. Okay, and then we'll take our dice, we'll put them back here. We did a search. Did I lose the time? I don't think I did. We did a search, we lose 1 time for that. Okay, that goes there. Now, we've got another search. I think it makes sense to do it again. Don't suspect we're going to be as successful. Okay, we can discard 2 cards to do a search. And I think we want to. Okay, I think I'm going to get rid of these 2 focuses. Possibly a bad move. Take the top item of your space. So let's have a look at what we've got this time. We have lucky dice. My daddy had a pair of these. Said they brought him luck. Maybe it'll do the same for me. Discard to re-roll any or all of your dice. Now this doesn't have any hand items, so it can go, or icons, so it can go in our bag. And we can use that at any point in time. The last thing we have is a walk. And I'm going, do I want to use all my cards again? Did I reduce the time on this? I'm not sure I did. So we walked, we lost 2, we searched, we lost 2, we moved, I think I did. We lost 1 time. Is that right? Let's just have a think about this. I think that's right. We walked for 2 because we took damage. We searched for 2. No, I need to lose 1 more. Okay. Well. Do I want to walk? If I was to walk, I'd be closer to getting these guys out. Because I can go this way, I can take 2 victims down here, and then I've potentially... I think I'm going to. It's possibly a bad move, because I've got no cards to exclude if I don't succeed. I do succeed with 1 success. So that means I get to move 1 space. So let's go here. That is me done again. I've used all of my cards. I wouldn't normally do that. We used our last time. We have no time to spend. That goes back up to here. And it's Hans's go. Hans is going to target the closest victim, which is up here. He's going to move 1 space. There isn't any more move. He's still only moving 1. However, the next terror card is maybe things are starting to go our way. Draw the top card of any item deck. This should have been back over here, right? So the first aid kit, every time you use an action card to recover an additional health. Pretty nice. The whistle, spend time to use the whistle once per action phase. When used, all victims adjacent to you will move to your space. Then all enemies target the final girl. As long as you have the whistle, 1 additional victim will follow you. That means we could potentially get 3 people out. I'm taking it. We'll take the whistle. Okay, so that wasn't as bad as it could have been, right? It's back to our go. We pick up these cards, but we don't do anything because our whole action phase is just picking up these cards. We get 6 time to spend, or we don't pick up all of these. We need to put the searchers back and the sprint. Okay. So we've got 6 time to spend. We definitely want to sprint, right? Because we want to get these people out. So we'll take that. That's 2 time. Let's take the improvise. That's 1, 2, 3. What this allows us to do is treat 3s and 4s as successes for the whole round if we get 2 successes. If not, for the next roll. With the lucky dice, I feel like we're in a place where we might be able to use that. We're down to 1 time. Let's take this close call, which is going to allow us to roll dice as well. That's us done. Okay, so these are all our cards His hands as go again, right? His hands as go again. Okay, so he's going to move up here, and he is going to kill. There goes another one. Okay, still only moving 2, still only doing 2 damage, but he's getting closer to this dark power. Now we're going to turn over the terror card, which is Unholy Speed. Hans has 1 additional space for movement space for each movement, and this gives him 2 extra health. It goes up here in the dark powers, and when we do damage, we're going to damage this first. So he's now up to 14 health, unfortunately for us, and he's moving 2. When he gets up to here, he's moving 3. Every time we see the boot icon, he's moving an extra 1. That is not ideal. Okay, that was our terror card. We don't have to do anything else. Sorry, I was just trying to figure out if I drew a terror card, but that was the one. Right, it's back to us. We need to improvise. And we really want some successes on this roll. So we're going to take our dice. We're rolling 2. If we get this, we can then start treating 3s and 4s as successes. Okay, we got 1 success, but we want to change this. We want to get rid of 2 cards. Let's get rid of a weak attack because we're nowhere near using it, and a close call. No, we better keep that. Let's get rid of a short rest. I can heal in a second. Let's get rid of a short rest. So this means now every time we roll this turn, 3s and 4s are counted as stars. That's huge. Right, so the next thing we want to do is... Did I pick up I picked up a distraction, I just didn't pick up the card, right? Oh no, it was improvise. Did I not pick up a distraction? Oh, that's not great. I picked up a search. I had 6 time. I picked up a search. I picked up an improvise. 1, 2, 3. So now I need to focus. Right, we're rolling 2 dice, but 3s and 4s are successes. Okay, we only got 1 success. But that means we lower the horror by 1 and we reduce the time by 1. I thought I picked up a distraction. I wish I had. Right, so that's that one done. We're going to roll another focus. Again, 3s and 4s are successes. We don't get 1, we just get 1 straight success. Again, we lower this by 1 and this by 1. Okay, that's put us in a much better place. Now, let's sprint. 2 dice again. And we've got 2 successes basing these on 3s and 4s. So we can move 3 spaces, 1. And because we've got the whistle, we can take an extra victim, 2. We don't have to stop here. We can get rid of these people out the door and turn around and run. That's what we're going to do. We're going to send these people out. So let's put this over here, this guy over here with 2 time. We'll get 2 time back. We'll put you over here. And we'll get a heart back. I think that might be quite important. And we'll put you over here. And we'll get 2 more time back. And then we'll lose our last part of our action to move. That's sprint done. We do lose 1 time. Okay, then we're going to walk. If we can get this last person out, we become as powerful as we're going to be. Let's roll 2 dice. Okay, 2 successes for us. That means we can move up to 2 spaces. Let's take you out. And you come over here. This means we get to take an action card for free, a max of 2. So I think based on everything else we're doing, we're going to start heading towards the old handsy boy, right? Let's take the doc has some items in. Let's take a search. So we'll put that in our hand. Everything else is coming back here. We need to lose another time because we've walked. And that is us done, right? We've got all of our victims out, so we can put all of these over here. In fact, you go over this side and everybody else comes up over here into the victim pool. Okay. So these are our cards. We'll put these over here. These go back into the deck, but we've got 6 time to spend. We've got 1 sprint in here. What did we pick up? We picked up a search. I think we want to get close to him. We want to start shooting him, right? Getting all of these victims off means that he's got less people to to hit. I didn't get all the victims. I mean rescuing all these victims. It's not the time for it. Okay, let's have a think. What cards have we got here? We've got nothing major. Let's take a distraction, because if we can keep this horror track low, rolling 3 dice is going to be huge. That's 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Where did I pick up a search? If we can... 1, 2, 3, 4 to get to the docks. Oh, we need to flip this over. I'll tell you what this says in a second. Did I pick up? I picked up a distraction. Do I pick up another... I'm going to pick up another improvise, I think. Although, actually, I think a sprint is likely better. We'll take this for 2. 1, 2. And we'll take another close call, I guess. Okay. We didn't spend any time to use the whistle, which would mean adjacent victims can run. There are no adjacent victims. That's us done. We have spent our time. Let's get these back into the list here. Focus, focus, improvise. Short rest and weak attack. Okay. Hans is up. He is going to move 2 because of the weak, because of the dark power. So 1, 2. He's heading towards me or the victim, whoever's closest. Happens to be the victim. There is no one to stab, so he's going to stop there. But then run for your life. If there are no victims on the board, discard and draw the next terror card. All victims that are not in your space must panic. We haven't done a panic yet. Each one of these spaces has some numbers on it. So 6, 1 to 3, 4 to 5. We're going to roll a dice. We got a 2, and that means this victim is going to run down here to the cabins because they're panicked. Then Hans is going to target the final girl or a victim and stab. He's not in a space with one. Then he's going to target a victim and he's going to move towards them. 1, 2. Uh-oh. Good luck, my friend. Okay, that was the end of Hans's go. We've done the terror card. We can put this back over here. We get to take our actions. We've got a sprint. We've got a close call. We've got a walk. We've got a distraction. We want to be playing the distraction. Right? We've got some cards we can re-roll with. We've got our lucky dice. This feels important. We're rolling 2 here. We got 1 success and a nothing. 1 success means we lower this by 1 and we gain some time. So we're up to 7. Shame we didn't get 2, but that's all we needed to be able to roll 3 dice. That's huge. Okay. I could have re-rolled 1 to see if we could have gone down. If we get to the end of the horror track, we actually gain some time. If Hans gets us down to 1 dice and then kills, and then we lose some horror again, we raise the bloodlust. Okay. So we want to... Am I going to leave that victim to die? I think I might. But then he's going to get his dark power. Am I better to get closer and try and shoot him? Really, I'd like to go back to the cabins and get that damn axe now. Okay. Let's sprint. We're rolling 3 dice. Let's sprint. Okay, we got nothing useful. I am going to spend the close call. We can lose 2 time. And we get to re-roll all of the dice. Okay, 1 success. We could exchange 2 cards for a second success. 1 success means we can move up to 2 spaces. I don't really want to trade in any cards, so let's do that. 1, 2. Okay. Then we're going to walk. So let's put this sprint over here. We're going to walk up to 2 spaces again. 3 dice. We need a success. We got 3 successes. Look at that. Huge. Fortunately, it doesn't count for anything more, but we do get to move 2. So that's that one done. And then we're going to search. Okay. 3 dice again. Who knows what we'll find in the docks? Not a lot. We've got cards we need to exchange. Now, I don't have any to exchange. I'm going to have to play my close call. 1, 2 time. I don't have to. I could use my dice. In fact, I'm going to use my lucky dice. No, I'm going to save the lucky dice. I'm going to lose 2 time and I'm going to roll these. Okay, 2 successes. Perfect. We got there eventually. Take the top 2 items of the deck, lose 1 time, and we can pick up 1 and put 1 underneath. So we're at the dock, so we're going to pick up these. We're going to try and pick up these. 1, 2, and we'll put you back over here. Right, what have we got? We have energy drink. Discard this during the action phase to gain 3, to choose one of the following. 3 time or 1 space, move 1 space. Or a knife, where the damage we do is increased by 1. We're going knife, right? We're going knife, simple as that. Energy drink, you can go back underneath, whoopsie. Okay. I feel like we're in an okay place. I don't feel like we're great, but I feel like we're in an okay place. Right, that is us done. We pick up our 0 cost cards. We've got 2 cost to spend. Let's get a sprint. We're going to try and sneak up behind Hands, although at this moment it's going to be just Hands and us left on the board. Right, we've got a search, we've got a close call, we've got a walk, a sprint, close call, and a distraction going back in the piles. Guessing you should have been over here. Okay, and then we have our 0 cost cards really to crack on with. I'm okay with that. And a sprint. I'm okay with that. We've spent our time. We go back up here. Okay, Hands. I'd really like you not to kill people so we don't lose our horror, or our 3 dice. But I don't think we're going to be that lucky. Hands is going to move. Whoop. And he's going to kill. There goes another one. Right, we raise this. The horror comes down instantly. Now we turn over the next terror card. He just keeps coming. He's going to move towards us. He's moving 2. He's still only moving 2, but 1, 2. That's useful for us because we're going to be able to shoot at him. And nothing else happens on that. We don't get any more victims. This is actually out of the game now because we saved our boyfriend. This is us, right? We are here. We are ready to go. We're rolling 2 dice. Oh, he killed someone, didn't he? But so we moved this up, so that went down 1. We don't need to... Oh, hold on. We need to lower it 1. I knew there was something else we needed to do. Right. Okay. So I think we want to walk, but we should try and focus first, right? We're going to try and focus. We're going to roll 2 dice. We got 1 success, which means we can lower this by 1 and lose 1 time. I'm going to do exactly the same thing again. Another focus, please. 1 success, and we could swap 2 cards. I don't want to swap 2 cards, I don't think. Although, no, I don't want to swap 2 cards. I'm going to use the 1 success to reduce this by 1 again and lose another 1 time. Okay, we have a short rest, a walk, a weak attack. I'm going to short rest, I think. Do we want to try and... We don't necessarily need it, but we are putting ourselves in shooting territory. So he's going to attack us. Sorry, we're going to walk. He's not going to attack us. He's going to come for us. We are going to walk. We only need to move 1 space, but... Oh, I'm rolling an extra die, which is oh, my lord. Okay, the lucky dice are being used. Right, we're re-rolling all 3 of those. I could move and not... I could move and lose time and take damage. And then I could try and short rest. Let's have a think about this. Then I'd shoot, I'd be down to here. I'd still be able to use my time. So even if you're at 0, you can still use a card that takes time. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep my lucky dice. It's probably such a bad idea. I'm going to lose 2 time. I'm going to lose 1 hit point. But I'm going to move 1 space. Now my bow works at a range of 2. So I can shoot. Now we get 3 dice again. The archery bow cannot modify an action card and must be used without 1. It costs 2 time, so we'll use that. We're rolling 3 die. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, I think we have to use the dice. We need to hit him. I don't really want to use it, but we need to do some damage to him. Oh, man. I've got nothing I can do on that. So Nothing happens. I'm guessing we fire the arrow. Oh, we don't roll dice. We just do damage. Is that how this works? I think that's how it works, right? Hold on. I think we just do damage. No, we must have to attack, right, with the bow. Right? We must have to attack with the bow. And then we failed. I don't know what happens if you fail. Attacking, with the axe. Assuming he has decided to move the killer space and attack. She plays Furious Strike because horror level is at 5. She rolls 2 dice. She gets success on 1, partial success. But she doesn't have any. But she does have an axe which adds 2 damage. So she does 3 damage to the killer, removing all of that. So I think if you have a weapon ability that modifies damage as the result of the action card. So I'm an idiot. We just do damage. We don't have to roll for it. So we take one of these off. We did our 2 time. That means we can remove one of these. How's it feel, hands? Right. So we don't need to roll dice when we're attacking with the bow. We just lose time. Now, here's the question. Do we attack him again in the hope that we keep him away from his dark power? He's only going to be able to move 1 if we get rid of it. I think we have to. We lose the time. We're down to 0. We take another one of these off. It doesn't say you can only be used once. We lose 2 time. We've done that. We did that. We take 1 damage off, which means he no longer has unholy speed. That goes over there. And that is the end of our turn. We've used every single one of our cards. We have these over here, right? But we can't use them because we've got down to 0. That's the end of our go. Whenever you're in the same space as the enemy, inflict damage, do an additional damage. Sorry, I forgot to tell you what our special card was. We get our walk card back, and then walk, focus, and focus come down here into the 0 cost. These are our cards for next turn. This goes back up to 6. Right, we're back on track. It's Hans' go. Hans is going to walk 1. Can't do anything else. However, if he turns over a card that walks, he's going to be in our space and we've only got 3 health left. He's just standing there. The horror goes down by 2. And then he's going to move towards us and just stand in the same space as us and stare at us. That's not creepy at all. Okay. We need to get some distance between us, right? We're back up. We're rolling 2 dice again. We've got a short rest, a weak attack, a sprint, and a walk. I don't think we want a weak attack because it could end our turn. I think what we want to do is sprint. Let's walk. Oh, we could weak attack him because we've got the knife. It could genuinely be the end of our turn. If it is, we've got the lucky dice. We're doing it. Let's weak it. Oh, but then I have to swap the knife round. I can't remember when I have to do that. Upkeep phase was reveal finale. If there's no panic phase, yeah. We could do it now before our turn. So let's do this. We're going to swap you round. We'll put you over here with your 1 arrow. We're going to weak attack. So we put this here and we roll 2 dice. And we get to remove 2 cards. Oh no. I can't gamble. I've got to get rid of 2 cards, right? Let's get rid of a walk and a short rest. We could be in serious trouble here. We get rid of a walk and a short rest, which means we get 1 success and lose 1 hit point. But this means we're doing 1 damage plus 1 damage here. We get rid of 2 of his hearts. Okay, that's our weak attack done. We are now going to run away like a little scaredy cat. Right, we're rolling 2 dice again. We need to get some distance between us. We got 1 success, which is what we needed. That is going to be 1 time. And we move 2 spaces. Okay, that's our whole turn done. We get to pick up these cards. Focus, focus, and walk. These go over here. And we've got 5 time to spend. think I might take a guard, which is 2 time. And I think I might take a distraction, which is 3 time. Gets us down to 0. We go back to 6. Hands is up. Oh, we should have done 1 extra damage because of our power. Nice. Knew there was a reason I was attacking him. Right. Hands is up. Hands is going to move. He's going to move 1 space, so he's going to go here. And then we turn over the next terror card. He's coming for us, right? He's just standing there. So this goes down by 2 again. He moves, and he's just stalking us. What a weirdo. What an absolute weirdo. I think we're going to keep the knife, right? We haven't got an attack. Crap. Okay, because of that, oops, this should have been back and now be over here. Because of that, we're going to swap these around again, I think. Because we have no attack cards, which is probably on, well, it's definitely on me. Let's do some, let's do a distraction, right? So we're going to try and lower the horror if we can. Okay, we have to swap 2 cards, right? Let's get rid of our 2 focus cards. They're going, which means we got 1 success, which means we raise it by 1. Ooh, and we get 1 time. Okay. And then we've got a guard and a walk. It makes sense for us to walk, so let's do that. We've got 1 success, which is good news. That means we lose 1 time, but we move 1 space. And now let's use the last arrow in our deck, or in our backpack. We do 1 damage to them. So we take this off, and this is then discarded. It also costs us 2 time to do such a thing. We've got our guard card, so if he comes close to us, we've got that. We're going to put our knife back in our deck or hand when we do it. The knife can affect retaliate and guard cards, so if we do damage back, we can do that. So I think since he's coming for us, let's take this retaliate, because when he comes to us and tries to hit us, we've got a couple of options then to deal with him. We're also going to take all of our 0 cost cards, and then we're going to put these back. Distraction comes back over here. Focus and focus. Okay, hands is up. Hands is going to walk towards us. Whoop. And then he's going to attack. Okay, so when he goes to attack, we should try and guard, I think. So he's going to attack us. We are rolling 2 dice. We could do with a success here. He's attacking us for free. We got 1 success, which means we can reduce all damage by 2. So he hits us for 1. This means we're going to be rolling an extra die. However, we've got the terror card to come. So this is our guard card that goes down here. Now we've got the terror card. Uh-oh. He kept swinging his hammer and killing and killing. If there are no victims on the board, discard this card and draw the next terror card. Thank God for that. Okay, bad news, everyone. He just came out of nowhere. Place hands with the furthest target possible. That's us. Lower this and draw the next terror card. There is no terror card to draw. What that means is that this turns over. Now, I don't know if this is the case, but I'm going to assume it's the case. If you haven't turned this over when you turn this over, you turn it over as well. This is the epic dark power for hands. So we did well not turning this over, because for every victim that he kills, it will be a +1 to the bloodlust. So that would have gone up all sorts of time. However, he's now moving for 2 spaces, which is still 1 space per move, and then he's attacking twice. Okay, there are no terror cards. This is it. This is the finale. It's us versus hands. We're going to put our knife back over here. We are going to weak attack. We're rolling 3 dice because of this up here. So we need something good. Okay, we got 1 success. This should be back up here. We could exchange 2 cards to make it 2 successes. I cannot take the hit point damage, So I'm going to have to put this and this down here, right? We're losing our walk and our short rest. Guard should be back over here, right? No, guard stays here, I think. Right, okay. So we've done our weak attack. We've converted this to 2 successes because I couldn't take the damage, which means we do 1 damage plus our knife 2 damage plus us being our Laurie, her highest power. We do 3 damage to him. Okay, all we have left is our retaliate card. So we're going to take our 3 cards here. We do have a lucky dice. This is going to be close. This is going to be really close. We've got 6 power. Sorry, 6 time. Let's get another guard. If we have to get another guard, right? Because he's going to attack us twice. So that's 2 time. And then with a 4, I think we just have to go for it, right? Let's take the Furious Strike. That gets us back to here. These go back in here. Okay. That's us done. It's Hans' go. Hans isn't going to move anywhere. He's just going to attack us. And when he's going to attack us, we are going to come back with a retaliate. Okay, we are rolling 3 dice. If he hits us, we turn over this token and we find out what's there. If we hit him, we ignore his damage, plus we do 1, 2, 3, 4 damage back. This is huge. We need 2 successes. We got 2 successes. Huge. So we do 2 damage. We do another 1 damage for having our knife. And because we're Laurie and super powered, we do our final damage. That turns over this token. If there is anything on the back of it, Hans comes back to life. If there is nothing on the back of it, we survive with 1 hit point left. He's done. We did it. Woo! Doesn't happen very often, but we actually did it. I love this game. It's such a thematic experience. It's so tense at certain points in time. Managing this horror is so important to everything. I'm sure there are bits and pieces I got wrong. If there were, let me know. We'll get them right for the next one. We've got lots of Final Girl to play on the channel. Next up might be Geppetto, I think, as an enemy. But now we've done this, we actually get for Laurie's eyes only. I have completed this before, so I've opened this up previously, but we'll treat it as though on the channel as sort of a brand new series. Do not open until you've survived a game with Laurie. This says, Laurie's bow. This item can only be used when Laurie is the chosen final girl, and she has a special bow. It does 1 to 3 range, still only does 1 damage, but you can fire an extra space away. That's huge. So we can put this in our items whenever we're playing Laurie, and Laurie is fully unlocked. That's fantastic, right? There we go. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit the like button, it really helps. Leave a comment if there's things I got wrong, if there's stuff you enjoyed. All of those things really help. And let me know in the video, in the comments, if there's any other series, games, Final Girl episodes you want to see. Let us know if you want us to go through the laws and scenario sections of the book and add them to it. There's a whole history of Hans and how he became the butcher. Essentially, to cut it short, he used to have an appetite that they could only stop him from eating by wearing a mask. Don't want to know what he was eating. But there we go. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you again soon. Thank you.